We must be prepared for wilderness warfare. The first thing I want you to note in our text is the devil's approach here in regard to Jesus is direct and consistent. But another tactical strategy utilized by the devil is silence. Why is that, preacher? Because there are some of you that will give up on your own if he can just keep things quiet long enough. We can keep things quiet long enough. There are some that will psych themselves out of their own blessing. They will remove their own self from the church and ministry. And though it is very commendable you to start with God and obey him and go into the wilderness, it does not negate the fact that now you have to survive the times of seclusion and isolation and being all by yourself. Being in the middle of nowhere for God. All alone and by yourself is enough to make some folks go stir crazy. So there are times when the adversary will fix his lips and whisper and tell his imps and demons to keep things on a hush, hoping that maybe you'll talk your own self out of your destiny. Maybe you'll talk your own self out of your miracle. Maybe you will discourage your own self into giving up on God. And so there are times in your walk with God where all the enemy will do is say, shh. Isn't that what he tried on Daniel? He said, keep it quiet. He kept it quiet for 21 days. Thinking possibly by himself that maybe Daniel will give up and will say something that will disrupt and cancel what is already en route to it. In other words, the blessing was already on the way. But if I can keep it quiet enough, maybe they'll say something to renege on what God is already sending in there. My God. Silence. Especially while you're waiting in silence has broken many, because at times it will cause you to second guess yourself and question what you thought you knew. You don't believe me? Take a look at John the Baptist, the very one that baptized Jesus and confirmed him at the Jordan. He said, I'm not worthy to baptize. I'm not even worthy to unlash his shoes. But when they put him in prison and secluded him and isolated, and he found himself in silence, he almost had a change of heart. He said, is he the Christ, or should I look for silence broken? When things are seemingly too quiet, if we're not careful, we'll find ourselves asking the question, am I saved? Am I really called? Did God really tell me to do that? Or did I hear it the wrong way? It's so quiet, I'm getting crazy because I don't know what the next move is. There's something literal to the expression, the silent killer. And Lord, when you truly get ready to go to your next level in God, sometimes you have those walk-alone seasons. Why? Because people very often misunderstand you and resent you. Even the positive change that happens in your life when you begin to press into God and produce something new that they're not familiar with and they're not used to. Instead of people gravitating toward positive change, they turn their back on you and talk about you and treat you like you acting like you better than everybody. No, I'm not better than everybody, but I'm a new creature in Christ Jesus. And God is getting ready to take me to my next level. So I need to ask you this before I move on. Tell somebody, say, can you stand in silence? When the ministry that God has birthed in you is not making the noise that you expected. Because you assume by now you will be in a different place in your life. You assume that God would have taken your ministry and launched it like a rocket, and it seems like it's not where you want it to be. Can you stand the silence when He's moving you in obscurity? Can you stand it? Can you stand it? When it seems like life is moving in slow motion. And it seems like you can hear a pin drop because nothing spectacular is happening in your life. You go to work and you come home. You go to school and you come home. You go and look at the same four walls every day. And you wonder if anything ever going to change in my life. It's just too bright. Can you stand in silence when you call on God and it seems like He's taking His time to answer? There's stuff that you put on the altar 2 years ago. If you would tell the truth, He ain't answered you yet. You done fasted, you done prayed, you done walked the floor, you done spoke in tongues, you done told your prayer partner, you done gave it in, you done sent it in the mail to somebody, you done got a call, and then still you haven't got no answer. He's been crying. Look at somebody and tell them, I'm still going to wait in silence. Just like Job, all of my appointed time, I'll wait till my change comes. It don't matter if He don't say nothing, He don't say something after a while. I'll wait on my God. If anybody in here waiting on God, open your mouth and give Him glory. If you're waiting on an answer, if you're waiting on deliverance, if you're waiting on God to do something for you, bless Him in it. Now come to understand two things. First, when the enemy is trying to keep things silent around you, he's possibly trying to psych you out of your blessing. That's right. But secondly, when my God is silent, it is only because He refuses to cheat for me. But everybody knows that there's no talking allowed on tests. He is checking my deposit, evaluating whether I'm ready for the next level or not. He said, I ain't going to say nothing, but I'm going to see how you going to handle it. Can you stand on what I already gave? Now the devil, he knew Jesus could deal with silence. And so he got right up on Jesus. Continually, the Bible says he was on him for 40 days. And whenever you're being attacked daily or continually, what the enemy is doing is probing you to pinpoint your weakness so he can center in and work it. And I guarantee you, if you're holding on to anything that belongs to Satan, he will find it. Yes, he will. That's why what Jesus said was so significant when he said, the prince of this world cometh. But when he called me, he couldn't find nothing in me. And there'll come a time in your life when it seems like your world is going haywire, but all the devil's trying to find out is what do you have that you belong to him. Once he finds it, he'll work it to death. If you love your children more than me, I'll work your nerve with your children. If you love your husband, I'll make him go crazy. If you love your job, I'll have the boss fire you. I know how to get it. I got to find out what works. You preach it? No, the synoptic gospels support and confirm the matter without argument that Jesus was tempted. Now watch this. The Bible said, let no man say that when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted of evil. Evil, neither tempted he any man. Well, how then was Jesus tempted if we believe he was God?
Hmm?